Morgan and John have just gone and picked the combine up because they left it at Phil's. It's a bit filthy, so he's gonna give it.
Dryer.
Eh?
Right next to the dryer.
Oh right, so you're gonna it's gonna give it a quick wash off and then get it proper clean. Probably tomorrow for taking to Cheshire Ploughing Match. We thought it might be cancelled because the weather's bad, but it must be on a dry farm and it's not. So I think FCN are having these two on the stand. That's looking better already. He's even had the jury picker washing the top of the cab, and now the other one has arrived back from the forestry show. Chris went bright and early for it this morning. So you've got water on the lens. Yeah, so he's gonna back this off now. We had a bit of trouble getting it on. It was slipping on the ramps because it was so wet this morning. Oh, what was that creak? Said this morning when he was getting it on, the way the wheels hit the ramp first, it put all the weight on the tractor and the deck was slippy. So it was spinning, so we had to take a run up. Otherwise it was trying to slide off. See the weight in the chipper bow in the ramp. Fair load actually, innit? Pretty much filled the wagon. Go on, that's alright. Just keep your eye on the front end now. I believe the Funky Farmer was at the show. While it's raining, I'm in the office and I'm judging for the Agri Influence Award. So I won the one last year, the international one at Agritechnica. Well, they asked me to be on the judging panel this year. There's 19 people to judge. Some of them are in different languages, and lots of questions. So I've been doing it 2 hours now and I'm halfway through. No, I've been doing it 2.5 hours and I'm only halfway through. At least I'm outside getting wet. To be honest, it looks dry at the moment. I can see him patting a bit of wood chip down in the trailer there. I think Anthony's come for wood chip. 4 hours it took to go through all them different people and categories and following the links to all the different social accounts. And there's a Zoom meeting the other day. It's like homework. Anyway, got some biscuits out of the house. After ration lads, you see, otherwise I'll eat them all in one go. I'm glad I've done that. But yeah, don't like computers. There you go, here's today's quiz question. How much is them three and that worth? Oh, in fact, go on, throw the bateman in as well. Really surprise yourselves. So our tractor's back and the other 728 is off to Cheshire Ploughing Match. That's what we need, innit? Proper lineup. Morgan's just started that up. We realised that the lights weren't on it. Dad and Rob have just picked this up. It's a new ash auger that's quite a bit thicker flights than the original one. So hopefully the end won't wear as much, because even this end's thicker again. Like, look at the thickness of them to that. So like they're quite thick and then they get thicker again as it works harder. After taking a few pictures, Morgan's had this in the workshop and been giving it a bit of a polish. It's obviously off to Cheshire Ploughing Match, which is supposed to be a dry day I think now. Rob has been fixing the Vickers mower. That bracket snapped off, so he's welded that on. They get dead thin, these decks, because they kind of rust from underneath. But he's done a good job on that. That's the light bar off the chipper that the block fell on the other day. We just took it off because we couldn't get the light units to match in time. So just unbolting it. Actually didn't look too odd. And he's also been taking this apart while I've been on the phone. Not the phone, the computer. And took the radiator out of that and the oil cooler. Now, has he took the oil cooler with him? I think he has. No, he's not. I don't know where the oil cooler's gone actually. That's the radiator where it rubbed through the day on Oscar. So that needs a new core or welding. And then I don't know where he's done the oil cooler, unless he's dropped that off with someone else to weld with Ali. But can't find a bracket either. But I had two brackets that had snapped, fell forwards, and it shattered against the radiator and caused it to burst. So we'll get that fixed. But I can't see us mowing much grass at the moment with the weather we've had. Let's have a look where it's gone. No, can't find it. Yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, so these little brackets have snapped off the top. So you see that there, that square, that's on that like that, and that held it off the radiator. Well, it's actually the other way around, but you get the gist of it. That held it, give it an inch gap, let the airflow through. As that fell forwards, rubbed. In fact, that's lucky that that's not gone through that oil cooler. That'll probably be the next thing to fail. And did the damage, caused all the water to drop out. And I had to go home and we had to bring it back on the trailer. 1690 update, it's still there. Yesterday I mentioned about when we concrete the yard, putting some of Jonathan's footsteps in it. Well, I've come up with another idea, is we could get some resin to put in the footprint so it doesn't get the frosting and doesn't wear. Everyone seemed to think it was a good idea yesterday anyway, so we'll try and do that. Don't know when we'll get the weather to concrete the yard, but I do need to get on with it because I think we've only got till February, March, unless we can apply for an extension towards the grant. But when we do it, we've got to do it when it's a quiet time, and it's not going to be in our way because it's like the heart of the yard that we'll be doing. But hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, well, maybe we'll get it done soon. I'm trying to be positive today, but yeah, I'm going to go in a minute, shoot to Liverpool because the Labour Party conference is on and the farming minister is going to be talking, so he's quite important now. So we're going to go and see if he actually knows the mood of farming at the moment. I know this is the back of them and they look a lot smarter from the front, but the offices used to be some cow sheds that weren't really paying any money. We had beef cattle in them, and at the time there was some rural funding grants, and that was when I first met Jonathan about 20 years ago. There was a lady that was doing it, and he was doing, so I don't know if she was on leave for illness or on maternity leave, and she'd been in on the grant advisor or whatever it was called. I think Mersey Rural Leader Funding was it called, ISEP Fund, I can't remember the exact name. And while she was there for about 18 months and only managed to get people through the grant process, 3 people through the grant process. Jonathan came in 3 months, he helped I think 14 businesses or something ridiculous to get through the process and apply for this European money to do projects for diversification on farms. Anyway, he turned up here and we were umming and ahhing what to do, and he was just like, just go for it, do it, it's easy, and he led us all the way through, and he gave us the confidence to realise that you can do it if you put your mind to it, and was an inspiration in some ways into just pushing on with different businesses around the farm, and helped me so much over the years when I've managed to buy the other farm or land or stuff like that, and we've had to basically do the right stuff for the bank to show how we're going to afford it, or the business case, or whether it's a cash flow forecast or a business plan. He's really helped me, and with working so closely with him on different projects and knowing how the farm works, the environment, even down to helping us drive tractors in the summer. He knew everything. He knew more about my farm in some ways than I did, especially on the written side of it, shall we say, that is what you need for banks. So I can't thank him enough. I know he can't see this anymore, but yeah. And he was one of them people that call a spade, but he'd also tell you whether it's a good spade or a bad spade, which is a skill that some people don't have. I remember there's a big thing up the road, and it's a statue monument, and it's called the Dream, and it's on top of an old colliery, and it's basically a massive concrete head. And we were meeting once, and he just started referring to it as the big head, And the council officials that were there that had spent millions of pounds building this thing were a bit offended that he called it Big Head. But it was a big head. It's just a big concrete head. And if anyone's ever been down the M62 near Sutton Manor, you will see the big head. But it's called the Dream, whatever you call it. But yeah, no, amazing guy, and sad loss. Someone commented as well in the video saying the brightest candles burn the fastest. So that's why I'm not wearing high vis today. It's underneath, hidden, dull today, just like the weather. Not many on today's birthday bumper, despite it being over 77,000. That's because Matt Wall pushed it over the edge. He isn't really 77, but he did it. Suzanne Hayes, so you know Machinery Nation, that's his wife. Her birthday today, happy birthday. Mike just put a donation on in memory of JJ, Jonathan Jackson that is. Thank you for that. Adrian O'Hara is on there, Tash Hall, Nick Brown, Big 5-0, Kevin Sheeran is on there, and Kelly Lehman is 40. Happy birthday everyone on there, and anyone else whose birthday is today. Right, it's a proper wet, miserable Monday. That is all for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Not a lot really been happening today, but yeah, I'll run you a video anyway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.